Enters looking
Here come the nades.
Throw it on in. Enters trying to get the bomb down, but the nades come in and remove him from the play. A lot of damage going back and forth, but the bomb is now loose and it's on the other side of the boxes. NIP picking up the kills. It's just Axel left alone. He's coming in from the elevator side. 40 seconds left. And they're on the other side of the default boxes. Smoke up, a little bit of a gap for Axel to try and spot through, but there's been a short maneuver as well. Axel's decided a bomb plant is a must in this round, and slipping away with that bomb isn't too bad at all, because if you get this bomb down, even if you lose the round, it confirms a force buy opportunity in the next at a minimum.
That's already a big dub, but you have to assume there's no way he can win this. He's going to play forward, try and play for frags, but NIP are going to run him down.
Well, Axel gets removed, taken out, and NIP will have onto the wood at the B stairs.
We need good utility here from Cloud9. They still have 3 full sets.
Well, here they come. That's going to be the generator. Wall of smoke's being set up. The Molotov into its default. And the flash should unleash Axel to move his way forward. So counter utility being thrown down by NIP to give them a bit of a corridor to get closer. And again, the problem of that right-sided smoke. Over the top, Axel goes, tries to find CTR, but Esitai is going to take him out, and Brolin will take his teammate off the server, thrusting Shiro into the clutch alone. The 1v3. Quick decisions to go back to A, but Brolin's going to hear this out, and NIP will have plenty of time to get back, and Shiro realizes with 15 seconds left, he's not going to make it into a competitive position. So AWP on his back. Forward, Smoke will cut off his information supply. They can't really see anything just yet. He'll have to use some utility himself. Cloud9 begin their execute into the site. Utility being put in place. They're trying to get towards the site safely. 14 seconds left. It could get a bit chaotic here towards the last few seconds here for Cloud9.
Another molly.
But this time goes down. They have to start planting, and there's not enough time. They've lost the round. Oh, Cloud9, they let the time run down. NIP saved the utility, and it's enough to cause a relying entirely upon the rifle. On the headshot position of ZTR to cover him off, and it's Nafty way forward. Nafty's position now given away. Missed shot from Esitai, and now under pressure. ZTR has not fended off his opponents, and he will be caught by Shiro. The numbers now favor Cloud9 suddenly. And Plopsky needs to pull his team back into it, but Inters is completely ready for a spot. Roland's got one, but plenty more needed at the 14-second mark. Takes one, loses the bomb and up. Yeah, we're seeing the pack shift to be leaving Hobbit to throw out some utility. Right, smells that this could be a bit of a fake and a bit of a ruse. He goes in an information play, but Hobbit tracks him. And now the play coming through for Cloud9. Nafny's ripped apart Plopsky, and not enough resistance here for NIP. Cloud9 have taken every single kill needed, and they might just get even more. Hobbit in the mid-fight goes down to Esitai, but Nafny is quick on the heels. Esitai now focused on Nafny's position. Ned went through and did more damage onto Esitai, so Nafny should be taking him out in just a moment, and there's the pick. Roland saving his rifle. The first few seconds of this round, it's chaotic, but it's opened up the B side, and that's exactly where Cloud9 want to head, but they had Hobbit, who was somewhat of a linchpin in towards middle, but he's been taken out. And look at ZTR, the quick flank around the B stairs. This could get real messy for Cloud9.
Taking his time on this flank, but Shiro seems like he's somewhat aware of the possibility. Oh, no, he's not. He's been spammed.
It's a good job there from CTI, just edging his way out to the side of the map, spamming through the metal. He's going to put Inters in a very difficult position, but they line up. Inters gets the double, and now it's just ZTR he has to fend off. Defuse being stuck around the corner. ZTR is holding, it's not planning for Inters, and he's just stuck it. I love the call for ZTR. Luckily had a smoke to deal with that. Does burn a few extra seconds here, and a bit of health too. Shiro puts the bomb down and starts to drop back in towards short.
Very patient from NIP, but they themselves will now set up their smokes for the retake.
And that is going to cancel out the AWP. They're both playing with AWPs right here for Cloud9. If the smoke goes down on the bomb, it's not the weapon to spam if they start to defuse in it. So this could create some pressure as Hobbit switches out to the rifle. It's a better weapon to select here. Shiro spots Brolin hopping up. They're no longer on the defuse, but now they get back to it. Red sticking it. Cover on the left side. Hobbit down. Now it's all on the AWP, and it's taken for NIP.
One man holding, it's Shiro, who is somewhat committed to this angle. Should be traded. Brolin gets that. Now they'll try and split B. Or maybe not. Maybe they'll take some time. The utility is so low here for NIP, though. You might just have to rely on that AK to get you an entry at this point.
Brolin coming back with that AK. He's going to try and fight toward ramp. Taking Hobbit out here is almost impossible. The jump spot's just too difficult to land, even though Brolin anticipated it. Just getting that with a rifle, it's close to impossible. Now we look at the 29-second mark. Drifting back over to BRNIP with the last two remaining players. And you mentioned the lack of utility, where here it goes. It's being sent out. One flash left, and that's all they've got to get them towards the site. They send Brolin in with the AK, unable to take out Inters, who will stand tall and take himself another one. Axel helps him out, and Cloud9 to be found from either of the entrance points. Nafany's deployed another lit smoke down into short. That's going to buy some time, rot that clock a little further. And IP are just going to be in an awkward position here. They're going to have to just throw everything they've got and just hope for perfection when it comes to these fights if they want to go for this.
Not a bad nade onto those two players. A couple of CTs pushed into short, but it's Esatag who has to lead the charge, and ZTR is actually able to get that first kill. Two low health players though, and Nafany's going to line them up.
Yeah, good stuff from Nafany. Just tucked away in short. When you're this under pressure, when you're this,
and that's going to make this awkward for NIP.
Lovely shot from Hobbit. Look how quick that is. Esatag gets boosted up, and Hobbit immediately just snaps his skull in half.
Time is so low. They have two smokes, but they've got to get a move on here and clear this site quickly. And there's still a molly for Inters.
And Cloud9 with the advantage are dropping back. They know they can play behind the utility. They're going to boost Shiro up to see if he can see around the side of this. Just biding his time at 9 seconds. That's all NIP have to go with. They have to try and plant. Missed shot from Shiro. Bomb does go down here for NIP.
Plopski able to win that first fight. He's stuck on the site, and Cloud9 know it.
And Plopski's going to hold low HP. Swing out from Inters. Goes down! Plopski with a massive double, and Rez will seal the deal.
Cloud9 not taking much map control in this one. Here's a flash. Axel falls back, but he's got some assistance. Brolin looking to create some space on the site, and they've got the opener they were looking for.
Yeah, racing forward is Plopski. Actually, gets that first kill of the round.
All the nades.
He's down and out. Hobbit searches him. Seeking missile going in towards the side as well. Does a lot of damage on towards Nafany. But eyes on Rez. He's coming in through the middle, and he's pulled one back. A lovely transfer up as well. Takes Hobbit out of the picture. Esatag painting a pretty picture here for NIP. There's Nafany now alone. Slips through the smoke. DKI. Thought it was his blind spot. Accelerate. They start to put the utility into the site, and Shiro realizes he has to thin the herd. It's one kill for Shiro, but that's all he will find, and all of his teammates drop. NIP pushing forward, 14 rounds. They will now take the lead.
That is such a cool call from NIP. They are so quick to go for the play, and what I love about that from Esatag is Esatag hears that flash into ramp, and what does he do? He waits. He waits and holds for a player to potentially cross to sandbags, because when you hear that flash into ramp, you know that there's likely to be some aggression at some point. You know that Cloud9 want the info, so he just holds that tight sandbags angle, and as soon as he gets the kill, NIP were aware of the fact that they could pounce quickly. I think they clearly called ahead of time. If we get a pick, we're just going to quickly go with the utility. We're going to quickly commit to the site, and even though it got slightly scrappy for a second, it was Cloud9 put under pressure. Axel may be able to save the rifle, but there's not going to be much more for Cloud9.
Under a lot of pressure, still gets away with one. Inters only one, but that's enough to keep them back and forth. Shiro sends himself through the play, gets himself a double on the other side of the smoke. It's Plopski and ZTR that go down, and it puts Esatag into the clutch. He's so low, mortally wounded into this 1 versus 2. 19 seconds left. Eventually, we'll have to commit to that bomb plant. They're both doubled up towards construction. Esatag would love to split them into the 1v1s. Good discipline for Nafany to start the pullback, but now the commitment to the plant. Cloud9 swiftly making their way down. Another headshot for Esatag. It's down to a 1 versus 1 up against Hobbit, and Esatag has disappeared. He's in the smoke. Hobbit will have lost his opponent, and Esatag is playing this to perfection, trying to find the angle, but Hobbit will survive it. Cloud9 win a must-win round. It's given them so much ground. And Brolin, a little pixel of his backpack spotted. Shiro will see him going towards short. He then springs into action, catches Esatag on the wide fight from sandbags. He knows he's a player on default and can call the position of the other. Shiro, 3 kills in the round, doing everything he can to get Cloud9 to map point. Brolin has to close this. NIP started this round with significant advantages, but now it favors Cloud9. No utility for this though. Kit on the back of Hobbit. Shiro is looking for his prey. He's wrapped around the back. He's found Brolin looking the wrong way, and Cloud9 will go to 15. They reach map point. Their last-ditch effort to draw this one to overtime. Nafany and Inters are both gone, and Shiro unable to land the wallbang. He can't prevent the plant from going down. It's on to Axel and Shiro to make their way back into this round, to get this round over the line, and Vertigo added to the tally, but it won't be happening. NIP will force us all the way to the bonus rounds. Overtime is needed to decide the victor here on Vertigo.
Shiro's just praying for a peek, but it's not coming. It's round 30, you gotta go for it, Shiro. But try as you might, Plopsky will...
Ramp. Nafany has taken Etitak's life away from him, but commits to the fight versus Rez and does not win it this time. Shiro sticking around though. They weren't expecting Shiro, and he's found Rez. A risky position for Axel. He jumps up with an 8 in hand, and that's almost his death sentence. Plopsky rips him apart. Inters gets back in time and brings down 2. And is all on Brolin trying to slip his way over construction. They're now alerted to this spot, and that smoke goes down to buy time and keep Inters up. Allows his teammates to get over to help him out. Oh, Brolin predicts the angle of Shiro. He knows there's a player close inside the smoke. Brolin looking to track Inters back to quad. Potentially could actually get this chance. But Brolin has to worry about so many different positions now too, and he's kind of lost into it. Make a play elsewhere. Rez, he's going to go and make that play up short. Nafany gets aggressive into his crosshair. Plopsky making a play at the B side. A kill pulled back again, and suddenly NIP have the player to the good. And Plopsky's going to continue to try and move forward, but gets taken out. Now it's Rez's turn. Oh, but Shiro has the angle with the AWP, and good luck getting through Shiro. Another one brought down. Throws the smoke into the site. Etitak in the clutch. First light claimed. Commits to the plant, and there can't be much area where he can go here, and Cloud9 have to realize that. Luckily, the smoke is up to allow him to drop back slightly.
Molly into elevator so he can look up above. He wants to play the time. Kit's in play for Cloud9 though. They should tap that bomb soon and force him to come to them.
Lots of dice just sitting back. Inters dropping now. Applying pressure by tapping on the defuse. Hobbit is holding for the swing around. Hobbit gets the headshot. They've got to play with. Cloud9 begin to walk their way up. Utility still in hand for NIP, and that's a big problem. Yeah. You can just throw it down on default. You can delay access through the choke points. Now Rez's rifle. It's actually going to get shredded through by Inters, but Cloud9 just getting peppered and taken out. Shiro leaps towards the site itself. Bomb now equipped as he taps to try and pull one back at a time. It's ticking too far, and the round will be confirmed. NIP will at least not come out of overtime as well. They have to know they hasn't crossed to the default position. Oh, Inters can't get out of there. He's committed. Once the bomb goes down, he's stuck in that position, gets forced away. Shiro's going to be playing from short in this post plan. Axel taking up position at the sandbags. It is the 2 highest players right now, and Etitak shreds through Axel's head. It is Shiro that has to try and pull this one out. Another kill collected for Shiro. Tapping the defuse to put pressure on him, but Shiro's got another kill. And just Plopsky, defuse coming through his planet right for Shiro. And what a way to close it. Shiro, they have to try filter and strengthen this A defense. Axel, unfortunately, for Cloud9 won't be getting a single kill from his position, and Brolin continues to maul some heads. It's down to Inters and Hobbit, and they've actually pulled those numbers back, and Inters slips his way forward, denies the bomb plant, and look where Rez is, completely separated away. Not enough time to win this one. P250 looking to go down here. There's not a single piece of mercy being given away from Cloud9, so $450 for Rez in the next round. Seconds left here for NIP.
Hobbit's still got connector on lockdown too. It just has to be a B-walk, has to be a contact play. They need a headshot.
Starts to run forward, Plopsky applying some pressure, but it's Nafany even at range still with the MP9 doing some work. CTR commits to the plant, but they're pushing up, looking to deny it, and they will deny the bomb plant. Must have been a millisecond left on that, but that's a tie. What to be done for him, and he just can't do it. 3 players stay up for Cloud9. That's a fantastic...
Axel looking to get cheeky with this angle. Etitak hasn't spotted him here.
Oh, Etitak is unfortunately going to be put in the ground for NIP right from the get-go. Pick there to find for Shiro.
They still don't know about Axel.
Yeah, that is an issue, isn't it? He finally dealt with Shiro, but Roland seems to be still fixated upon the fact there could be a player still here. He's about to find Axel coming his way. Oh, Roland. Uncomfortable position, nearly got his gun out in time. Couldn't quite recover. And these rounds are just too easy for Cloud9 right now. These are buys coming in for NIP, and they're just getting slapped away. Shots from Plopsky by the wayside. Now we look to NIP to make their way through towards Party. It's one pick for Plopsky. Axel handling the rest, and now looks towards Connector. Plopsky has got the AWP in hand. It really shouldn't be getting out of control because the bomb is dropped up towards the Party area as well.
Plopsky looking for any fights. They should get that bomb back.
Yeah, they are letting them actually get the bomb at this point, but getting anywhere with the bomb is the problem. So you'd have to go through a lot of dangerous positions, and even now, Cloud9 have actually started to move their way forward, taking the bathrooms control back. So Nafany starting to try and get the flank on. He's got Axel to trade out as well if things do go sour, so really shouldn't be getting out of hand here. NIP, well, I think they're getting closer to the side, but really they're just getting closer to their demise. As Nafany is right behind Plopsky, spots the eye, spots the barrel. Ooh, whiffs the shots though. It goes into the corner and won't miss that one right between the eyes. Perfectly placed. CSGO goes down. And now that might just call for the acceleration through short for NIP as they realize they're run out of position. And that allows Plopsky to line them both up. Hobbit and Inters both fall foul. And Nafany looking to try and recover and pick out the scraps to get his team back into it. He's got 1 second for Nafany, and they're right back into play again.
Flash over from Nafany, but they can't deny the bomb plant. Esatag is trapped on the site though. They have to be concerned about some of these close angles, so Esatag will just stay put.
Rez is going to hold for them to walk into his crosshairs. Esatag searching. Another kill found. Appeal from Nafany, but it's Esatag that confirms the second. Being secured inside of the truck, and Brolin begins to alleviate position. So NIP in somewhat comfortable post plants, but the problem is here, Nafany could spoil that.
He's playing patient on the flank too, because he realizes they'll probably try and play back from bathrooms, and Esatag's still watching Connector. I don't think he realizes Nafany's going to sneak up on him.
Oh, he's got a gap here to play with Nafany. Not only on the Plopsky, but Esatag was there too. Smart to take that first kill on the site. Creates a bit of space with time. It certainly is a factor here. Nafany calls to go. Time, they've got to get on it. The defuse being stuck for Inters. It isn't planted for Brolin, and they're just going to pull it through. Cloud9 secure.
Almost completely clear, and he may even still find Brolin, who's waiting in possession.
Yeah, you can quickly get back down Connector as well for that quick enough rotation, but he's got to pick this up early. Now, the problem is he doesn't know if there's anybody pushed up further in the bathrooms, but he's found Brolin. Given the spacing of it, he can somewhat clear out long, see what's going on there, but here comes the play. Soon to be no secret about where NIP want to finish this one. Nafany has been almost unbreakable. Even after he doesn't get a kill with his rifle from the grave, he burns away Plopsky. CTR hits the deck thanks to Shiro's big free gun. Esatag shortly after.
Looking out for NIP, so there's an opener for the Ninjas. Needing to be too effective. But it's when NIP have been able to get some map control and get an early kill like this that they have found their success. Let's see if they can do it again here with this B play.
Yeah, the pop and go. NIP looking to squeeze their way through, and Brolin, as much as his team haven't been fragging out, Brolin has been having some good moments, some great output, and that space being gathered just off the back of his rifle. He looks to follow up on it, and he's done fantastically. Axel down and out. Shiro left in a 1 versus 4. He's in behind. Hobbit's going to be fighting for Graffiti, and once again, Inter just caught out by utility. Hobbit at least trades it out and keeps numbers even for the time being. 15 seconds left here for NIP. Applying pressure as ETR trying to remove Hobbit from Graffiti, and he'll do so. Nafany goes down, and it is Shiro. This time, no save. He has to go for it. We've seen Shiro pull off some great clutches so far in this series. This will be the best so far. Fixated upon Graffiti, realizes the player is there, but ZTR, look at this. Look at the discipline. Look at the patience. He's not giving this away. He knows how much this 4th round means to NIP's chances. And Shiro, frustrating, will get peeked out. Fantastic. To a 3v3, and I think you actually might get away with one here. Oh, you need to take that, and Axel does. Headshot onto Esatag. Now the pressure starts to mount for NIP, as the advantages they once held are now back to the equilibrium.
Cloud9 not fully committing off that pick though, so that's allowed time for Brolin to rotate, and Plopsky has the help he needs.
They're waiting to go together, the spacing in towards Monson needs to be perfect, and it's good enough for Shiro's trade to come through, but they're all softened up, they're so low, and 24 seconds left.
They have to go B, right?
I don't know if they have to do
the bomb's too far.
Much at this point, other than try and save, because they're not making it to a site. Just call it off. AKs will be carried over. Not going to get much into the next round anyway. So they'll just have to take what they've got here. And NIP, good job done. I love that initial play from Rez. Let's see if Cloud9 are decisive about the maneuver through Monster. So far, it's so good. Plotkin caught with a flash. That sets up the pick for Nafany. Axel continues to try and barrel their way through the B site, and they've broken down the defense. A barrage of T's create this space for Cloud9, and they don't stop. Nafany moves forward, catches off the rotation, and it's now Brolin and Rez alone into this position. Doesn't feel good for NIP at all here. You might just consider the safe call, and that's what's being made here.
That's a tough one for NIP to take. A real tough one, because Rez had full B water control. Full B short control in that position. So all NIP needed to do on that B side of the map was make sure they locked down Monster, or more importantly, just make sure you don't get picked from the Monster players too quickly. But Plopsky steps out into the open. It looked like he was maybe trying to transition his position.
Kit right here for ZTR. That's one. One kit is all they've got, so keep eyes on that. Utility needs to be perfect.
Look at the util from Cloud9 though. They can just lock this out. They've got all their nades.
Yeah, you can run the time down. You can really add the pressure to the NIP side of things. They're really trying to get back in, but it really feels like it's just a matter of time before this victory is collected. NIP need to go now. They need to charge in. The pistol's getting into the mix. It's Axel with one. Braun and Plotkin have actually managed to couple out of it, but the time is just ticking too far gone. And NIP's time, just like the bomb timer, has run out here in Dallas. Cloud9